Yeah.
Starbucks. I was like, what the hell? I was like, look. I guess someone didn't come in and call that.
Multiple people.
They didn't call to come in. You know the one thing I don't like? I hate when people wait till the last minute. One thing about me, if I know I'm not going to be able to come into work because of whatever, I call way ahead of time before I even know my shit's about to go on. So you at least get 10 hours, even 12 hours ahead of time.
I've had one day, that I had to call in and could not, ever. And it was, I have an ex-wife, pay child support, so you know how bad that fiasco goes. With all this COVID mess going on, I fell a little behind, and we're not talking more than 2 months, but my ex-wife was on everybody's throat. They pulled me over for a routine traffic stop. I stayed too damn long in the left lane and didn't get around somebody. They gave me a warning on that, but because the paperwork was literally in the mail. The office had turned everything in, started paying the child support out of my check. They hadn't changed everything in Parker County that said, oh no, we're not going to talk with him, etc., so forth, there. And I didn't have my copy of the paperwork that said, yes, I'm paying this, in my glove box of the car. Well, long story short, I sat in Bell County from 8 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the morning the next day while they figured out what was going on. Because they had already said, oh no, we want him. With not even being 3 months behind. That's all they wanted is the fucking money.
The one thing I don't like is how us men, you get married and then you get a divorce, you have children. Why is it that men are obligated to pay child support for women?
Actually, if you read the law, both are obligated.
Are they?
It's just the state of Texas, for the longest time, like up to the last 2-3 years, is what they call a women's or a mother's rights state. You can have all the evidence in the world to prove she's a problem. They don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't agree with that. How even like anywhere, I don't agree
Yeah.
with it.
See.
On either side, because I mean, either one, it's like you can bust your ass, work your ass off like crazy. Yeah, the amount that they want you to pay every 2 weeks is beyond ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Are you telling me I gotta pay this much just like I'm paying for my child? Am I really responsible for her if it's she should work her own?
And on top of that, if you find out something, like if you have even a sneaking suspicion there's a problem, I'll flat out tell you, if you ever have kids, get it. Yeah, you told me about that. But it's like with my son, I'll put it this way. I ended up with 6 kinds of problems in Killeen with everything. You know how the cops there are.
Yeah.
And you know a little of my background. KPD is like, oh, we're not going to this one. I'm like, and they're like, why? But you're ex-military. Yeah, I'm an ex-Navy SEAL. My wife is, at that time, my ex-wife is my size and an old farm girl. She can hit. She can chunk 200-pound hay bales. Okay? That's not the problem. I would not hit her back with everything I knew. Now, I learned when I was in school through martial arts, I did learn how to hit a woman. My Sifu broke me. He made me learn how, but I would not hit my wife. She beat me with a frying pan to where I could not get up. KPD would not arrest her. Yeah. And I flat out told them what was going on. My neighbor told them. My neighbor's the one who called. I laid on the ground and took the beating. She made it seem like she was scared for her life because of me. Yeah. My ex-wife has narcissistic personality disorder. Yeah. But yeah.